Good day, students. This is Teacher Ray again. I'm back to continue our lesson in mathematics subject. Okay, so we are now in part 6. Last time we learned in part 5. Okay, so the topic that we are going to study today is all about units of measurement. Kindly repeat after teacher. Units of measurement. But before anything else, before we proceed to our proper lesson, let's do our vocabulary. Don't forget to repeat after teacher. Number 1, gram, gram, gram. Spell G R A M. G R A M. Gram, gram. Very good. Number 2, kilogram, kilogram, kilogram. Spell K I L O G R A M. K I L O G R A M. Kilogram, kilogram. Good job. Number 3, kid, kid, kid. Spell K H E E D. Again, K H E E D. Kid, kid. Very good. Okay, so this time I want you to get your mathematics book and open it to page 78. I repeat, get your mathematics book and open it to page 78. Okay, are you now ready? Okay, let us start. Please repeat after teacher. Using scales, units of measurement. Again, using scales, units of measurement. Let's read this together. 1 kilogram or kg is equal to 1,000 grams. Again, 1 kilogram or kg is equal to 1,000 grams. So that means in 1,000 grams, there is only 1 kilogram, or in 1 kilogram, there are 1,000 grams, or in 1 kilogram is equivalent to 1,000 grams. Don't forget to write in kilogram, that is kg, and in grams, that is g. Okay, let's continue. In Thailand, 1 kilogram is divided into 10 equal parts. Again, in Thailand, 1 kilogram is divided into 10 equal parts. Each part is called 1 kid. Okay, please remember that one, that in each part is called 1 kid. Here, look at here. 1 kilogram is equal to 10 kid, and 1 kid is equal to 100 grams. So in 10 kid, that means there are 1,000 grams, or equivalent to 1 kilogram. Since in 1 kilogram, there are 1,000 grams, so that means in 10 kid, there are how many grams? There are also 1,000 grams, since 1 kilogram is equal to 10 kg, and 1 kg is equal to 100 grams. Okay, look at the picture before. At first, we do not put the roaster on the scale, and the arrow is pointed to 0. But here, in another picture, when we put the roaster, the arrow is moving to or pointed to 2. Okay, next here. Example. Look at the picture and answer the question. Number 1. Where does the needle point to before we put the chicken on the pan? Okay, let's go back here. Okay. Where does the needle point to before we put the chicken on the pan? Okay, so look at here. Before we put the roaster or the chicken, where does the needle point to? Okay, so the needle pointed to 0. Okay, that's easy. Number 2, where does the needle point to when we put the chicken on the pan? Again, where does the needle point to when we put the chicken on the pan? Okay, look at this one. Okay, where does the needle point to when we put the chicken on the pan? Yes, of course, the needle is pointed to 2. Number 3, what is the weight of the chicken? Let's go back here. Let's see here. Okay, so since the arrow is pointed to 2, so what is the weight of the chicken? 2 kilogram or 2 kg. Okay. Next, look at the pictures and read the weight. Again, look at the pictures and read the weight. Okay, look at the first scale. In the first scale, we put 3 fish. Okay, so you have to find out how much is the weight of the fish. What do you think? Since the arrow is pointed to 3, so that is automatically 3 kg or 3 kilogram. Okay, let's proceed to the next scale. Okay, what fruit is this? Okay, this fruit is called mangosteen. And how much is the weight of this fruit? Okay, as you can see here, since the arrow is pointed to 4, so that means the mangosteen is 4 kg or 4 kilogram. Okay, let's proceed to the next picture or scale. The chicken. How much is the weight of the chicken? Okay, since the arrow is pointed to 2, so the chicken is 2 kilogram or 2 kg. Okay, do you understand? I hope that you really understand this lesson. Okay, here, another example. The scales shows more than 3 kilograms. There are marks between each kilogram. Each mark shows 100 grams. 1 kg is 100 grams. Please remember that one. That in 1 kg, is equivalent to 100 grams. Now, the meat weighs 3 kilograms and 700 grams, or 3 kilograms and 7 kg, or 3 kg and 700 g, or 3 kilogram and 700 gram. Okay? Or you can say 3 kilogram and 7 kg, or kh. Okay? Because as you notice here, that is already 3 kilogram, and then as you can see, the arrow is going to the next. So if you are going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, please remember that in each of these is equivalent to 100 grams, or 10 kg. Okay, so if you are going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so that is automatically 700 grams, or 7 kg. Okay, next. This one. Example. Read the weight on the scales and write it under the picture. Okay, how about this one, the grapes? Okay, how much is the weight of the grapes? Okay, so that is 1 kilogram, since the arrow is pointed to 1. Number 2, how much is the weight of a papaya? Okay, the papaya, since the arrow is pointed to half, okay, so that means that is 500 grams. Okay, so let's try to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So since each of these is equivalent to 100 grams, or 1 kg, so let's count by 100. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Okay, so the papaya is 500 grams, or 5 kg. Okay, now let's proceed to the next. How about this fish? Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there are 7. So please remember that in each of these is equivalent to 100 grams. Okay, so let's count by 100. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. So how much is the weight of a fish? So that is 700 grams. Okay, next. How about this banana? Okay, look at the arrow. The arrow is pointed to 3 and, okay, let's count. Here, this is 3, and let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that is 7. So that means the banana is 3 kilogram and 700 grams. Okay, next, this one. Pineapple. Okay, pineapple. Since the arrow is pointed here, so from the 2, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that means the pineapple is 2 kilogram and 500 grams. Okay, Let's proceed to the next. Okay, cocoa, or what do you call this one? The coconut. Okay, coconut. Okay, let's find out how much is the weight of this coconut. Okay, since the arrow is pointed already to the 5, so that means that is automatically 5 kilograms. Okay, I hope that you do understand this. Okay, so since we cannot ask questions because we are just making online class, so let's proceed directly to our activities. And I want you to get your, to open your book to page 78. Okay, you can see this thing in your book. Okay, we have question number 1. Where does the needle point to before we put the chicken on the pan? And number 2, where does the needle point to when we put the chicken on the pan? And number 3, what is the weight of the chicken? And here, page 79, look at the pictures and read the weight. Okay, you have to answer this one. The fish and the mangosteen and a chicken. Okay, so you have to identify their weight. And this on page 80, read the weight on the scales and write it under the picture. Okay, number 1, we have the grapes. And number 2, a papaya. And number 3, a fish. Okay. And we have number 4, banana. And number 5, a pineapple. And number 6, a coconut. Okay. So you have to fill in all the blanks. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for listening. And don't forget to send your work to our line so that we can check it properly. Bye-bye.